Good morning. Good morning. This is Kathy, and this is the pre-market analysis for June 10th. Okay, ES is currently inside this golden ratio zone between 48 and 43.50. So until it breaks one way or the other, then it's in a sideways range. Now, if it breaks to the upside, it's potentially could just breach it to tag this 1949.50 area. If that holds, then this is going to change the point of the triangle for the harmonic pattern a little bit lower. And that means that ideally, with all things equal, that does not change the dynamics of the current pattern. Okay, so right now there's this is really has pretty much upside bias with the pullback, but if it holds below this 1945.50, it's invalidating attempt of this bullish cross. Okay, and if it holds below the golden ratio zone, it increases the probability of reaching these targets to the downside. These targets, 1938.75, 34.50 and 25.50, these are going to be areas of importance to watch how price behaves there, because they are potential reversal points or bounce points. If price does push on through the 1949, then I'd be looking for ideally a retest of 1954.75, and above there I have to depend on the extension targets as noted around 1958.75 and 1963.75. Profile wise, yesterday was 9-point range, which is a little over 50% of its annual average range. So it's still kind of in contraction, but it was seeking value higher. So there is some unfinished business between 1951.25 and 54.75. If price is able to hold, right now price is at 46.50, so it's trying to hold, it's testing the previous day's VPOC and yesterday's low of the day area. If it gets below there, there's potential chop down to the 1940.75 area, and below there, there's this extremely a lot of unfinished business down to 1921.75. CL is currently has completed a larger intraday bearish pattern. Ideal minimum retracement target is 103.63. Failure to get there is a sign of it's going to either stall and go sideways or try to breach this 104.97 and seek the ABCD targets. Otherwise, as long as price holds below 104.89, these green targets are in play along with the blue fibs. Profile wise, yesterday was like a P-shaped type profile, so if the buying continues, want to see it hold above 104.50, and then the red zones are the targets, and there is some confluence with the harmonics. Just if you look at them side by side, you can look at the numbers themselves. Okay, otherwise below 104.07, and currently price is at 104.71, so it's in between this yellow zone and this red zone. But if it pushes back below the 104.50, the magnet will be 104.18 area, and below that 104.07 has unfinished business down to 103.42. Unfinished business means it's potential chop to try to fill in some of that imbalanced area. A holdback below 104.50 has the initial magnet of 104.07, but it means that it's still being drawn to this 102.70 composite. This is a major magnet. So want to see important levels where price holds beyond is 104.50 and 103.10. NQ is in between opposing emerging patterns, and price is pretty close to one of the line in the sands, meaning if it goes below 37.83, it's going to invalidate that brown pattern. If it holds below 37.83, the major target is going to be this double bullish PRZ around 37.69 area. Potential breach of that to test the double bottom at 65.25. And if you need some scaling points along the way, look at the green zones on the volume profile. If price is able to push back above first inside the golden ratio zone above 88.25, more important above 91.50, it keeps the brown pattern in play and implies a retest attempt of 38.03. If it goes above there, it's going to invalidate the opposing pattern, the green one, and focus on completing the targets for the brown pattern, namely this 38.06 area and 38.15.50. So profile-wise, yesterday we're in a sideways range between 38.03 and 37.82. Need to get beyond those levels for fib extensions to the upside or a potential taking care of unfinished business to the downside. Right now, price is at 37.85.75, so it's in between this red zone and this yellow zone. This is a neutral zone, so want to see how price behaves at that region.